Welcome everyone as we recap the previous round in Concacaf qualifying play. And we start out in the Cayman Islands as El Salvador would head into the Caribbean, take their first step towards qualifying towards hexagonal play, and they would be very successful. 49th minute. Although they were the more dominant team in the first half, weren't able to show it in the scoreboard. First goal courtesy of Cristian Bautista. Two headers in the area, of course, equal a goal. 1-0 for La Selecta. 2-0 just 13 minutes later, courtesy of Luis Anaya, cross into the middle, which was the, I guess you could say, weapon of preference for Ruben Israel's men. And right, just like that, 2-0 for El Salvador. Things would get interesting after Mark Ebanks would score from the spot in the 73rd minute. 2-1. The fans of the Cayman Islands knew that at least getting some points was still a feasible thought. But that thought would disappear and disappear quickly. 80th minute corner kick, and Luis Anaya would pounce on a header that just crashed onto the crossbar and wide open net. 3-1. And whatever hope the Cayman Islands had of mounting a comeback, well, that disappeared in this play. Right here, look at that header into the area. Osael Romero failing, but Luis Anaya getting the brace. And finally, in injury time, it would be Moises Garcia putting the final nail in the coffin, and El Salvador would win big, 4-1. See the replay right here. As a big defensive mistake would be the fate sealer as we check out standings in Group A.
Integrated Sports and Traffic Sports USA present Concacaf World Cup qualifying action. Guatemala takes on St. Vincent and the Grenadines live on Friday, October 7th at 3 p.m. Eastern. This is a critical game on the road to Brazil 2014. Don't miss Guatemala battle St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Friday, October 7th at 3 p.m. Eastern, live on pay-per-view. To order this Concacaf World Cup qualifier, contact your pay-per-view provider.
And now we head to Central America, Nicaragua to be exact, the National Stadium in Managua. And it would be Luis Tejada opening the score for Los Canaleros early on. 7th minute, a ball into the area, and Tejada easily scoring the goal in front of the Nicaraguan defense. 1-0 for Panama. Big result so far on the road. Then Nicaragua would answer. Actually, Panama would answer, because cross into the area, and Roman Torres would try and clear the ball out, but would clear it into his own net. So we're tied at 1 at this point, 18 minutes in, and Panama having a struggle against the home side, Nicaragua. But that would change, and change quickly. Look at this, Blas Perez 2 times. Great job for the ex-Leon and also the ex-Cucuta Deportivo and Hercules man, showing why he's one of the all-time leading scorers for Los Canaderos, and one of the big pieces for them to have a shot to make their first ever senior side World Cup. Check out the standings in Group C. We go north of the border, Toronto. Tough match here, although the score might not indicate that, as it was Josh Simpson in the 6th minute opening the proceedings for the Maple Leafs. 1-0 just 6 minutes in, but it would be a much more difficult match than anyone would have expected, especially on the Canadian side. St. Lucia would equalize. Look at this goal by Tremaine Paul, a rocket shot that Lars Hirschfeld was not able to reach. A little bit of a defensive lapse there by the Canadians, and you see the St. Lucia faithful there celebrating in full force, cuts inside, does Tremaine Paul. And after 7 minutes, we're tied at 1. And it wouldn't be until the 50th minute, Dwayne Di Rosario from the penalty spot would make it 2-1 and really start making a difference in the scoreboard. Right here, look at this play as Josh Simpson making a run to the goal and finishing with a very cold and calculated instinct that he has. Simpson makes it 3-1. At that point, St. Lucia knew that their fate was pretty much sealed. 61st minute, and we see Canada really turning on the Jets. Injury time to St. Ricketts putting the ball down, and Will Johnson would make it 4-1. And Canada would be well on their way to the 3 points. Just a few days later, Canada would travel down to Puerto Rico to the Juan Ramon Lubriel. Canada taking advantage of debutant goalkeeper Eric Reyes, starting goalkeeper for Florida International University, making his first ever cap for Puerto Rico. And it would be one he would remember for various reasons. 3 in particular would be given by Canada. The first one, we see right there, as Ian Hume would make it 1-0. Simeon Jackson would make it 2-0 in the 84th minute, as Reyes would parry the ball away, but right to Jackson. He would score the second goal of the match. As you see right here, great save, but the rebound right to Simeon Jackson, Norwich City man. And now in injury time, cross into the area, and nothing they could do to St. Ricketts would make it 3-0 for the Maple Leafs. Big win on the road as Canada looking to get into the hexagonal phase, getting much closer to doing so. As we check out the standings in Group D.
Integrated Sports and Traffic Sports USA present Concacaf World Cup qualifying action. El Salvador battles the Dominican Republic live Friday, October 7th at 3 p.m. Eastern. This is a critical game on the road to Brazil 2014. Don't miss El Salvador against the Dominican Republic Friday, October 7th at 3 p.m. Eastern, live on pay-per-view. To order this Concacaf World Cup qualifier, contact your pay-per-view provider.
Group B had one of the marquee matchups in this round, as Guatemala would face a surprising Belize side, but the surprise would be tarnished quite quick as Gustavo Cabrera off a corner kick comes flying into the area and makes it 1-0 for Guatemala. 75th minute, as we see right there, a clearance, a long punt there by Ricardo Jerez. Jonathan Lopez would bring the ball down to Minor Lopez and makes it 2-0 for Guatemala. Look at that. Clearance of incredible proportions, and Minor Lopez with a phenomenal finish. 2-0 Guatemala. But that lead would be shortened in half. Great job here by Dean McCauley. One of the brilliant goals of this past round, getting rid of 2 Guatemalan defenders. But it would be too little too late for Belize, as they would only be able to muster up 1 goal as they would lose at home, 2-1. As we check out the standings in Group E and Group F. Remember, Concacaf qualifiers continue in October. I'm Juan Arango, and we'll see you then with more action here